how long has it been since we last, got a good glimpse of this intro? Or I myself have. I guess I could say about 2 weeks ago, before the whole Christmas break. Or maybe just 1 week ago when I actually decided to tackle Rebirth in my own free time. But you know what? That's a time. But anyway, greetings, ladies and gentlemen, Smiling Dread 4 here, and welcome back to Rechained of Memories Kingdom Hearts Edition. As last time, we had completed Sora's section of Rechained of Memories by taking on Marluxia, sealing the key to his boss room, and then, sleeping for God knows how long. But in doing so, we managed to regain our stolen memories. It was quite an interesting thing, but didn't exactly explain a lot. But anyway, today, you can already tell from the title, either on the video or from this in general, we have unlocked... Oh, hold on a second. I always forget that that's always a thing that can happen in this game. Or any game in general. But anyway, as you can see, we unlocked Kingdom Hearts Rechained of Memories Rebirth Edition. And as the character art depicts, we got Riku's story to tackle. Yep, for the first time in Kingdom Hearts history, you get to play as Riku himself. And I guess you could technically say that in Kingdom Hearts 2, you actually, get to experience his mechanics, but, whatever, you get the idea. Anyway, my point is, Riku's story is the second half to this game, so I plan on covering it to the best of my extent. However, I should also note, this will be much, should we say, shorter than the original story, and I'll explain that as we go along. But with all that said, what do you say we start ourselves a brand new game? Now, once you beat the game, you get this as a new thing. Start the game as Sora, or start the game as Riku. Obviously, we're doing this as Riku. And of course, you know me, the proud mode is our setting. Set your vibration settings does not mean anything to me, but also I'm on, for whatever reason. And then we confirm. And now time to deep dive into our reverse rebirth. That is Riku's story. Meanwhile, in the Grey Abyss.
Where am I?
Stay asleep.
Who's there?
You should remain asleep. Here, between light and dark.
Between what? The king! Where's the king? Together we close the door to darkness. After that?
You came drifting here by yourself. You did not have the strength to overcome the darkness. Or maybe you were close to it.
As if I'm some kind of demon.
Turn from the light. Shut your eyes. Here, blanketed by the darkness, sleep is safety. Sleep is eternal. But...
Oh, what's this?
It is a door to the truth. Take it and your sleep ends as you take the first step toward the truth. But know this, the truth will bring you pain. Will you still go? There is no return to the security of sleep.
This seemed like a boring place to take a nap anyway.
That was
Burn.
very well said, Riku.
And now for our eyes to get seared once more in this game. Seriously, how many times has this happened now? Just getting seared by the light. I mean, I know light is eternal and all that, but jeez, does it have to be so painful? And again, maybe that's because I myself am a darkness dweller, to an extent. I obviously have to leave for school and all that, but you get the idea. But anyway,
the truth, huh?
we obtained the card for Hollow Bastion. Of all the places to start, we're headed there. Although considering Riku's story in a sense, that is kind of logical. Meanwhile, my watch goes off. But anyway, the first thing you'll notice, well, obviously besides, you know, hey, we're playing as Riku, we can jump, we can do a little handstand, and the fact that my controls are in reverse. Hold on a second there, guys. Oh, also a D report. Let's see, the camera sideways, and then type B. That's how I love to roll around here. Much better. As I was saying, so we can jump, and we have a bit of a delay, a handstand front flip, and the fact that we got Riku's HP bar, and we're playing as him. At the very bottom right corner, you can see where we are at B12 floor, the entrance hall. In other words, we are at the very bottom of Castle Oblivion, the basement, in other words. Now, why we're here, and how we're here, again, this is Kingdom Hearts, so I haven't the slightest answer for you. But, basically we go on to, our one and only world, and yeah, sure enough, 5 cards, but only 1 card exists. No logic whatsoever, but, I digress. And now for the searing light once more, although not as, I guess, wide or high. It's a bit of a small area, and I can deal with that, better than getting blind. This is Hollow Bastion! Right, and you are Riku, and I am Smiling Dread 4, and what you're standing on is called the floor. Gee, thank you, Captain Obvious! What you see is not real. It's the world of your memory. My memory? The things you remember from your time at Maleficent's castle became a card, and that card made this world. You've seen everything here before, haven't you? You realize who you're talking to, ominous voice? This is the same man who got consumed by the darkness. Surely he remembers this place, even if his mind was a bit foggy, to say the least. Yeah. So what now? Am I going to learn something? Maybe meet someone? You would meet the people in your memories. Ordinarily. Jerk. What does that mean? It means what it means, Riku. We're gonna see Maleficent and the Beast, Sora and Co. It's pretty straightforward. Unless... oh great, did the darkness take your sense of logic or something? Or maybe Christmas break did you in as well. Made you forget things that ever happened. That'll happen to you. Hey! I'm asking you a question! Fine. But better be you I run across next, with voice. And I like how Riku acknowledges that voice, as actually the voice, even though I'm sure you guys recognize the voice if you played Kingdom Hearts 1. but I won't spoil anything in case you haven't, or you just don't remember and want to be instant suspense. But yeah, here we are, Hollow Bastion. Exactly like when we were here with Sora. But here's the thing. First of all, well, before we get into the Heartless fight, the map is completely different. Now, if you guys remember right, and if I remember right, we had a bit of an overarching horseshoe in a way. You know, like we'd go up, and then go over to the left all the way, and until we got to the places. However, for the tutorial world, in a sense, this is a bit shorter, which is a good thing because I've got a lot to talk about in terms of how Riku plays. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Riku and his mode are completely different to that of Sora. Sure, you got the same card mechanics, you know, fighting with cards, slides, all that stuff, but there's a lot more to do here, or should I say a lot less to do, and it can be a bit over or underwhelming if you have not had any practice. So here's the thing. First of all, sure it looks normal. Instead of our usual Keyblade cards, we have ourselves Riku's Soul Eater cards. Yeah, for any guys who didn't know, his little sword-like bat-shaped wing thing here, that's the name of it, the Soul Eater. And, yeah, so you'd say, okay, that's pretty basic, so what's the big deal here? Well, if we go over here to review decks, we get this. Riku cannot customize his card deck. He must fight with a provided deck. Cards in the deck will change as Riku advances through the game. That being said, there's no CP value for your cards. You know, it's basically a random house. Literally. Each world that you go through is basically the same thing, albeit maybe a little shorter, and your deck is automatically customized to that world's standards. Now, my feelings towards that are a bit mixed. If only because, one, you don't really need that many cards, although it does take away the whole, you know, fun out of making your own decks, like, do what I do and make a complete Sonic Blade slide thingy, or maybe just have a bunch of Faragas mixed in with Blazzaras or something, I don't know. It kind of takes away the fun, but at the same time, it makes sense. You know, with Riku, he is your basic enemy. You know, he had maybe Dark Faragas and all that, but he wasn't exactly, you know, packing heat. You know, the most you see him do is his dark attacks in the second fight, but overall he would just be your standard swordsman, to say the least. Also, one good thing about this is this. We have a Defender card. It increases damage received by physical attacks. Basically protect. As I said, just briefly said actually, since your cards are customized, it makes sense that things are thrown in as willy-nilly. One of those things will be either one or two random enemy cards that you can get. In this world's case, you can get the Defender. But in other worlds, like say, I think, Traverse Town, or you'll get the Soldier card. And if you're in Halloween Town, you'll get that little Mummy card, whatever that thing was. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Basically, you get different enemy cards per world. Now, that's actually, personally, one of my favorite things about Riku's mode, if not because, well, not everyone exactly goes for hunting enemy cards willy-nilly. So, if you haven't, you know, discovered any enemy cards on your own, you will most likely discover them here. And now that's done, next thing on the list is Riku's level up. When it came to Sora leveling up, the three basic things you had was the HP boost, which we do have, but he also had a raise CP and obtain a slight every now and then. Since our cards are automatically customized, we don't have CP values and we don't have slights either. So to make up for that, we have this. Bonus number 2, we have the attack boost. Raise Riku's AP, or literally his attack. You will want to level this up as soon as you can. As for the darkness boost, I'll get into that a little more later on, but basically, think of the attack boost as your slight card. You know, you can upgrade it, but every now and then it won't be available, so you want to choose either that or darkness boost. So, when attack boost isn't available, go for a darkness boost. But for now, we will go with the AP boost because I love my offensiveness. You know, I love dealing as much damage as I can, and that's kind of Riku's only way of winning things and all that. And so far, that's pretty much it. I can get onto more things, you know, as they come by, and there's probably a lot more for me to actually explain, but again, I haven't done a Kingdom Hearts episode since, well, I guess the Kingdom Hearts 3 Chain of Memories episode since, you know, Christmas break, when I've been focusing all on Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is finished by this point. It should be finished by this point. I mean, I haven't uploaded the finale yet. I'm still working on that with all the editing and all. But the point is, now that's taken care of, we got this. And until I can find something else to do, I figure I might as well finish things off here. Get some more cards. Sleeping Darkness. Oh, and since we leveled up, yeah, like I said, attack boost isn't always open, so in this case, since DP is not an option yet, we can get an HP boost. And that's what's going to be happening until we actually get to the next section of no, excuse me. My voice got all coffee there. We won't be getting any advantage with that until we actually get to the second half, or second part, second room, however you acknowledge it. And as soon as we beat Hollow Bastion and exit to Castle Oblivion, that's when DP will start being a thing. Also, kind of like before, we start off with a bunch of random cards. I could throw in a Moment's Reprieve, but do I really want to? I'll throw in the Sleeping Darkness, why not? I love being able to take care of these guys and get a bunch of EXP. Actually, now that I think about it, that's another thing I should add in here. And this pretty much actually will make a little sense. Since CP is not a thing, since you cannot customize your card deck in any shape or form, some map cards basically don't exist. More specifically, any kind of Calm Bounty room, like the actual Calm Bounty, or maybe the Treasure Trove, or, you know, anything like that. Cards like that do not exist. Same thing goes for a Moogle room, since you can't actually buy things because you don't actually have money in this game, which is kind of ironic. You would think that'd be a case, but it's a case-by-case basis. Basically, there are, well, I don't know how to put it, just you don't have any of those cards left, but at the same time that increases the chances of actually getting, you know, more effective cards. You know, you still got your roulette rooms, you got the obvious Sleeping Darkness, you got Moments of Reprieve, you got all of those stuff. It's just anything that involves, you know, peace and quiet, except for Moments of Reprieve, those are pretty much null and void here. Which again, isn't that big of a deal because, honestly, I think they do make up for things when it comes to the map cards that you can actually obtain. Obtain another level up, and no AP boost. So we'll just get that. Next up I'll fight you, even though I don't get that boost, but hey, you're still asleep, so that's something. Up, up, up. Yeah, and you can also stack up cards for obvious life. That's pretty basic. But also, oh wait, that's actually another thing I didn't mention. Oops. Remember Sora's reload counter? Back then you had to hold down the X button to actually reload your entire deck, and it took some time, and you were a bit vulnerable when it happened. However, with Riku, just tap the X button. All cards that were not involved in slights gets restored. Probably the game's way of saying Riku has no heart, and how hearts actually call back the cards. Since he has no heart, the cards are probably in his void of a heart or something. I don't know, it's symbolic in a way, but you have to think about it for a little bit before you can actually understand how it works. So yeah, Riku's mode. It's kind of a, I guess, dumbed down version of Sora's mode, or maybe the easier ladder of it. The fact of the matter is you get this after beating Sora's story, so it makes you wonder why this is being incorporated the way it is. Well, I mean, I know why that is, but anyone who plays this for the first time will have absolutely no idea how or why this is the way it is. Alright, next up, Mingling Worlds, I'll throw that in. What random room will we get? Will it be a roulette room? Will it be a Moments Reprieve? Is it going to be Sleeping Darkness? What will we get? The choices are ours, and ours alone. Well, not really, it's up to the game to choose and pick, but close enough, right? lasting days. Oh yeah, that's right. If you actually manage to strike an enemy, all the Heartless will be stunned for the entire duration of the fight, including a new Heartless that decided to spawn after you defeat the first wave. Yeah, like I said, been a while since I played this, so a lot of things are out of my mindset. I don't remember half the things that I actually did. And you get wiped out. You know, I'll get through on this. Defender, give me that protect. And last school, 1 reload. Now, you probably won't take any damage, but it's good to have those for preemptives. You know, save the time it takes to actually heal yourself up. Almighty darkness. Oh, and hey, there's a little crown room, sir. Where am I going with this? Alright, the card you see shall be the key. Throw in a red and just the key to beginnings. Let's see here. What do I want to throw in? I'll probably get rid of the Almighty Darkness. I'm not a big fan of Heartless being stronger than my cards, and since our cards are randomly customized, yeah, it's probably a bad idea to even have that. Unless you find out just sliding it all the way. Everything is just how I remember it. Even this room. It must be nice being back in your old bedroom. Think of all the memories. You again. Where have you been, you knucklehead? Sorry, but these memories I could do without. Are they even memories to begin with, is the question. Maleficent gave me this room. I wonder why. So she did. And you lived here, tempted by the darkness she offered. You cast your home away, your friends, everything. But at least they gave you a nice room. Stop talking! This voice is now trying to actually screw with us now. By trying to be a funny guy. And frankly, I'm not a big fan of it, especially since we know who the character is that's actually supposed to represent the voice itself. But alright, that's pretty short. Yeah, it should also be noted, guys, that there's not exactly much story when it comes to, you know, Riku entering any of these worlds. You know, Riku's the guy who just did what he was told, to an extent. You know, just stole Princess apart and, basically just left. He's a lone wolf. He does things quickly, gets in, gets out, all that stuff. He doesn't bother wasting time with the game's plot. For he himself is the game's plot. Shocking. But at the same time, not really. This is Riku's story. But yeah, don't expect too much from Riku's actual lack of plot, only because Riku never had a plot to begin with. That's about as simple as I can put it. Now, fortunately, this is one of the few worlds that actually has the exception of actually trying to explain, you know, any kind of story towards Riku. Ah! Stop that! But yeah. So don't worry about it. It will mean absolutely nothing, especially when we get onto things a little later. I probably should go up, jump. Okay, I wanted to hit him, but I guess the game says otherwise. The game says no to preemptive strikes. This is not Final Fantasy XIII, this is Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. 1, 2, and 3. Nope. Sleeping Darkness level 9. Boop. Get wrecked. Okay, let's go over this way. Ah, dang it. Forgot about those things. They just completely change our control scheme. But, hold on, we'll see. If it loads up. Okay, yeah, so the effect is gone. That's pretty decent. I like how that works. Nice. Alright, now we gotta throw in another 4 here. Boop. Feeble Darkness. And then we just go to the left. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right. And there is our next plot door. I think. Is this the next one we need to go to? Okay, yeah, it is. Oh, but we need a green card for this. If only that Lasting Days was actually, you know, Lasting Days instead of the Mingling Worlds, that would have been so handy. But alright, I guess we're grinding for a bit. Yeah, I cannot wait until we get roulette room cards again, because that is going to be heavenly! Absolutely heavenly!
Like it.
Hi, Wyvern. Hi. Ow. We're gonna protect our bonus measures. Whoop, whoop, and boop. You die now. Goodbye. And bye. Oh, hey, that was easy. So much for grinding, but I'll take it. Especially a stagnant space, which I rarely ever use. Throw that in there, and bada bing, bada boom, king of guidance. No one here either. There's nothing but Heartless in this castle. Well, what did you expect? This is a card based on your memories. That's the only thing I can remember, or only thing I can think of that you'd actually encounter in this world. That and maybe Maleficent. And you. Voice! I know you're watching, so explain this! Where are the people from my memories? Do you want to see them? Is that a rhetorical question? Of course I do! Never mind. Nowhere near rhetorical. But you cast them aside. What? You dreamt of the outside world, and you passed through the door to darkness. Behind you, you left family, friends, home, everything, all in your pursuit of the darkness. But I cast that aside too. And what do you have to show for it? First your home, then the dark. Your heart only knows how to cast away. It's empty, like that room. Like your memories. That's why you don't meet anyone. Your heart is hollow, except for the residual amounts of darkness. You're wrong! I rejected the darkness! Did you really now? Did you really indeed? Considering DP exists, I hardly doubt that, but again, get to that when we get to that. But okay. So now we know Riku's choices, even though it's pretty obvious at this point. Also, I'd like to bear notice of this. This is probably a dumb question to ask anyway, but we didn't really get much of Riku's family, did we? Let alone Sora's or Kairi's, so is there actually points of family in this game? I mean, friends is one thing, but family? I wonder what Riku's folks are actually thinking right now, like, oh, where's my baby, or something, or maybe they were just abusive and that's why he wants to always leave. You know, leave the darkness, or go into darkness so he can avoid the abusiveness of his parents. I don't know. It's something that I like to ponder, but that's stuff I'd have to get into by reading a manga or something. That's stuff that I should not have to ponder. Ow, come on! And, yep. Controls, reverse, while in battle. Excuse me. I need you to chill. Like actually chill. Oh, back. One more thing I should also mention with the battling system, pretty late into this, but as you can probably tell, you want to deal as much damage as you can, as quick as you can. Arrow combos are the best way to go, especially against wyverns here. They become our slaves to the darkness. And speaking of slave, we slave over to get ourselves some HP. Wink wink and nudge nudge. You need to stop this! Just give me that HP! Aw, oh, come on, really? You're really gonna do this to me now, huh, bud? Is that how this is? Is that really how this is? Well, alright, I'm game. You're going down. I'll show you no mercy. Excuse me. Stop it. Screw it, screw it, screw it. Bang, bang, bang. Bang. Reload, reloading, 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 reloading. Excuse me. You need to stop that. Okay. Bottomless darkness. That's gonna be handy for leveling up sooner or later. Anything else around here? Nope. All we have is this. Now, one more thing I want to do before, or one thing I want to get into before we actually proceed onwards to that door. Now, wrong thing. Now, keep in mind, there's a hidden room right here. However, there's no door indicating how we get to it. Why is that? We've never had that issue before. So, if we head on over here to this little door, we got to throw in a 5 or higher card. Do we have anything that can fit that? Oh, wait, actually, another stagnant space. This thing, it seems to be the key to all of these rewards. This is the key to our truth. Is that a sign or something? I don't even know, but I will gladly take it.
I knew you would return, Riku.
Maleficent, you're alive?
You haven't been paying attention. I am but a figment of your memory.
Oh great, she's pulling an Aerith on us. Different Aerith situation here. You know what I mean? Of all the people I could run into, it had to be you.
But of course, after all, your heart is steeped in darkness. You can only see those who exist in that same darkness.
No!
Be grateful you have someone to keep you company. Your heart is empty. Were it not for the darkness it contains, you would be completely alone.
That's sounding pretty good right about now. Introvert Riku, 2016.
Come now, you once turned to me to sate your hunger for the darkness. You want me here? Who but I can grant you the darkness you long for?
There was a time I did want you around. I surrendered my heart to the dark. But never again. You and your darkness have nothing to offer. All I did was lose myself. Empty myself! I'm finished with all that. If I'm stuck seeing people like you, people of the dark, I'll take you out one by one. And whether you actually recognize this later on in the game or not, but that actually has relevance to how the entire structure of the game flows, but more on that, I guess, next time.
Then you mustn't forget to destroy your Celeste. For like me, you are one of the dark.
That's fine with me. I turn to darkness because weak. I hate that weakness. It's like I'm my own enemy. And seeing people like you embrace the darkness just makes it all worse. Enough talk, Maleficent.
So you hate the darkness enough to fight it? Oh, the agony you must feel! Then let me end your pain, Riku. End it forever! with the wondrous power of darkness!
And here we go. Now you'd think for Riku's story, we'd get a completely different fight, but no, guess who gets recycled from Sora's story? Dragon Maleficent returns. Now I guess this goes into the last thing I want to talk about for today's episode. Now, again, since we don't have, you know, what is it, slides? Or cards that we can customize, I can't exactly put together a, you know, deck recommendation kind of thing. You know, we have what cards we have now, are the cards we are stuck with for who knows how long. So I'm going to be preparing something a little different, starting by next time I want to say, or maybe the time after that. I don't know, it'll all depend, but basically the way it's going to work is, there is one thing that, you know, doesn't get automatically randomized. Well, the only part of your deck that doesn't get randomized, and that is, in fact, the enemy cards that you obtain. But again, more on that, well, next time. But anyway, we're going to continue the fight as is, just keep mashing the cards against her face and deal as much damage. Not nearly as difficult as last time, if only because, well, you can actually reload your cards very quickly. Ow! You need to stop that. I'm going to wait for her to do this. Yep, throw that in there. Make her go numb for a little bit. Up. And then jump! Jump! Oh, are you serious? And there it goes. Nope, nope, and nope. I beat it in one try before, I'm not beating it in 2 tries. That is my limit for a tutorial boss. At least on Riku's story. And upon her defeat, first of all, level up. As obvious as that is. And number 2. Obtain Dragon Maleficent. Behaving exactly as it did... what was it? Exactly as it behaved in Sora's story. And now, once things load up here... Tick-tock, tickety-tock, we're off to fix the cuckoo clock. The Maleficent card is automatically added to our deck, as will every boss card that you ever obtain. So yeah, every boss card that you ever obtain will be automatically added to your deck, so you don't have to worry about that being automatically randomized, you know, when things happen. And now, I don't know if this was the developers thinking, if they were actually planning on this, but the Dragon Maleficent card, you guys remember this thing as... well, as such, sacrifices reload speed to power up attack cards. Now, our reload speed is non-existent because all we have to do is press the X button, right? So, in this story, Dragon Maleficent is broken as all get. Seriously, if you have that card, you know, just automatically at the beginning of every fight, you cannot lose. Well, unless you're under level, but that's another story. Also, as I mentioned before the fight, this room now opens. So instead of automatically being the boss and going automatically to the Conqueror's Respite, you have to go from the boss room, in this case here, all the way up to Conqueror's Respite. The Conqueror's Respite will only spawn after you beat the bosses. And the thing is, it can appear at any point. Maybe if there's a intersecting point where you have to go all the way to the right, the Conqueror's Respite could be all the way on the left, and you have to go through bunches and bunches and bunches of rooms just to actually get to the area, which is one thing that can seriously annoy me, but at the same time, as someone who plays this game, you know, just fighting every enemy that they can, leveling up, all that stuff, it's not that big of a deal for me. And speaking of that, with a few exceptions, the way I plan on recording Riku's story is going to be very different, to say the least. But you guys will see that when the episode actually gets uploaded, edited, all that stuff. You know, with the exception of this one. Because obviously I wanted to explain a bunch of stuff that might throw people off for the first time around. And, you know, just help people get into the basics of this. But either way, that is going to do it for this episode of Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories Rebirth. If you guys did enjoy, of course, as always, make sure to leave a like and comment down below. Share this video with your friends, should you feel the need to. And of course, if you're new here to the channel, and want to see more Recreated Memories, Rebirth as it comes out daily, along with any other series I decide to throw into the mixer, depending on what that actually may be, then make sure you have subscribed and join the Dread Knights and Riku in this quest to figure out what the heck we are doing in Castle Oblivion of all places, and who is that mysterious voice that's so sultry and smooth? Assuming you haven't played Kingdom Hearts 1. But hey, until next time, this is Smiling Dread 4 signing out. Have a great rest of your day, take care, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow with some more Rebirth.